Ahoy, my name is Mikayla-Poppyseed and I'm a Miss Czech-Slovak Minnesota Junior Ambassador. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make a poppy seed cake. The recipe I'm using is from this book that I have on Czech-Slovak culture. The ingredients you'll need for this are 3/4 cup of dried ground poppy seed and a 1/2 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of water, 1.5 cups of sugar, a 1/2 cup of shortening, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 cups of flour, and then 1 teaspoon of salt, and either a 9 by 13 inch baking pan or 2 8-inch round ones. I already have these greased. So the first thing you're going to want to do in this recipe is soak your 3/4 cup of poppy seed with your 1/2 cup of milk and leave that sit for about an hour. I already did that, so I will be prepared to film this. Then you're going to want to take your 1/2 cup water and add that to the poppy seed and milk, and then stir that together a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside to move on to my 1/2 cup of shortening, which I already have in this bowl. And now I'm going to add my 1.5 cups of sugar to my shortening. And I'm also going to add my 2 eggs. And now it's going to get a little noisy because I need to use my electric mixer to mix these 3 things together. So I'll see you guys when that's all blended. So I finished mixing my sugar, shortening, and eggs in this bowl. Here's what it looks like when it's done. Now I'm going to move on to my 2 cups of flour. I'm going to add my 2 teaspoons of baking powder to my flour. And then I'm going to add my 1 teaspoon of salt to those 2. And I'm just going to give it a quick whisk to make sure they're mixed together a little bit. So now my flour mixture is nicely blended together. So I'm also going to grab my shortening sugar and egg mixture and my poppy seed. And I'm going to alternate adding little amounts of each of these to my shortening mixture. So I'm going to start off by adding a little bit of poppy seed in to that and mix it in a little bit. And then I'm going to add a little bit of flour to this also. And then mixing it. And you're just going to keep doing this until all of your ingredients are in this one big mixing bowl. Okay, so I finished mixing everything together here. Here's what it looks like. Now I'm going to equally divide my finished batter into these 2 cake pans, and once that's done, I am going to put it in our oven, which has been preheated to 375 degrees for 30 to 35 minutes. So my cakes are out of the oven and they're all cooled down. So I'm going to work on stacking them and icing them. So the book actually did not call for a specific icing recipe to go with this cake. It just said to make your favorite powdered sugar icing. So I did that with a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and then I just added milk until I got the consistency that I wanted. So I'm just going to put a little bit right here so that they stick together when I stack them. I'll spread that around a little bit. So I finished spreading the layer of icing over this piece of cake. So now I'm just gonna stack them on top of one another and use my remaining amount of icing to just pour over the top and let it drip down the sides. Okay, and then you're all good to enjoy it. Just a reminder, I got the recipe from this book called Czech-Slovak Culture. I hope you guys give it a try. It's really delicious, and I hope you're all enjoying your summer so far. Bye!